Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about new details on Lewis Hamilton and his engineer's communication, as well as some comments Toto Wolff has made about Ferrari. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Mercedes team boss Wolff, who has hinted that he expects Ferrari to have the potential to benefit the most from a Formula 1 rule change in Spain. Now, at the Spanish Grand Prix, a new technical directive is coming in, and this involves stricter flexibility tests on the front wing. Now, McLaren have repeatedly insisted that they do not expect to be troubled by the updated rules, but Ferrari team boss Frederic Vasseur has said it could be a game changer for his team, and Wolff has appeared to back up that theory. And speaking to Sky F1, Wolff said, "I think what we've seen is that Ferrari was probably most conservative on flexi wings. What it's going to do on the pecking order is something we need to look at. I'm not sure it will change things, but another angle of curiosity, and I don't know how it's going to go." Now, the directive will see the permitted level of flex reduced from 15mm of movement to 10mm, with the delay of its implementation designed to give teams sufficient time to fulfill the requirements. But one thing to note is that the FIA has already tightened flexing on the rear wings at the second round of the season in China, and that had basically no impact on the pecking order really. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I think Ferrari are quietly confident about this rule change, with Vasseur calling it a game changer, and they do need something to turn their season around. I mean, there have been good points for Ferrari, such as Lewis Hamilton winning the China sprint race, and more recently you had Hamilton going from outside the top 10 in Imola to P4, and Charles Leclerc has also put in some really good drives, and in Monaco Leclerc had the pace all weekend to fight for the win, and he finished a close second. But the majority of this season, Ferrari have been off the pace of Mercedes, McLaren, Red Bull. And we've seen multiple times where Leclerc and Hamilton just did not have the pace. I mean, if you look at Monaco, for example, with Lewis Hamilton, he finished more than 50 seconds behind race winner Lando Norris. Yes, he started P7, and it is difficult to overtake around the track, and he did do a good job overcutting the two cars in front of him. But once Hamilton got past those two cars, he just did not have the pace of those out in front, and as I say, finished a long way off. But there is something to note about that, with Vasseur saying that losing 10 seconds while navigating back markers was a contributing factor to why Hamilton was so far behind, and Vasseur was quoted by Crash.net as saying he lost almost 10 seconds more than the others when he joined the group of cars who were lapped. I don't remember who was in this group, but it was difficult for him. Probably the fact that the others joined the group, packed one after the other, it was much easier. They were aware of the guys coming, and a bit less with Lewis, and he was alone. Compared to Verstappen, who was ahead at this stage, he lost something like 10 seconds in this sequence. Now, another thing that was noticeable at the Monaco Grand Prix was the communication between Hamilton and his race engineer Riccardo Ademi. This has been a talking point throughout the season, because communication has been something that's spoken about at multiple Grand Prix this year, and it was once again a talking point in Monaco. And now more messages have been revealed from the Monaco Grand Prix, and it seems Hamilton began to get exasperated with his situation between laps 45 and 48, with Hamilton saying, "I really don't know where I am, and I'm 15 seconds behind." And Ademi said, "Yeah, let's keep going with this pace. Can improve 2/10 on a 14.5 would be ideal. Let's wait and see." And Hamilton said, "It's not really helping me, mate. I'm struggling with the car. I don't know. Are all the cars still ahead of me doing a 14.9? And Ademi said, "Yes, pretty much. Norris is a 14.5. And after Hamilton made the last of his two mandatory stops in the Monaco Grand Prix, he admitted to feeling lost on the radio, with him saying, "Yeah, mate, just feeling a little bit lost out there. Just, it's very sporadic info." And Ademi said, "Understood." And Ademi said, "And we're now in free air till the end." Now, one bit of communication that's been spoken about quite a bit happened on lap 17, one lap before the first of Hamilton's two mandatory pit stops, with Hamilton asking, "What do you need from me?" And Ademi replied, "And push now. This is our race." Now, that would indicate that Hamilton is fighting those out in front, but Hamilton was pretty much in the middle of nowhere at this point. And Planet F1 say it's believed that Hamilton took Ademi's response, specifically the suggestion that "this is our race," as an indication that he was in the fight for victory in Monaco. But the publication go on to say it's thought that Ademi actually meant that Hamilton would not be deployed to assist teammate Charles Leclerc's victory hopes, and was therefore free to run his own race. Now, even though this is what a Damie may have meant, it was not very clear at all. I mean, if I was in that car, I would have thought that I was in the fight for the win hearing that. So yeah, as I say, communication definitely needs to be sorted out. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. And until the next one, take care. Bye.